I recently sat down and interviewed Ginny Owens, who's a new friend to me, but I would say we're friends now, and she was so lovely. And we chat about her new book. It's called Singing in the Dark, and it's really, really good. So if you want to hear the whole podcast interview, check out jamieivey.com/HH384. Oops, there goes my overalls. Episode 384, or you can listen wherever you listen to podcasts. But here's a question that I asked her that didn't make the podcast. It's just for you guys here on YouTube as a little bonus content from my interview with Ginny Owens. And I asked her if any time in her life has her blindness actually been an obstacle for her. Now, the reason I asked this question is because she talks about how you might assume this is her greatest obstacle, but it's not. And so I was just curious of, has it ever been? You're going to love her answer. Here she is. I want to ask you this, Ginny. Some people might be surprised, and I'm not, because I've read parts of your book and you talked about your blindness not being your biggest obstacle. But I would like to ask you, has it ever been a huge obstacle for you?
That's a good question. Well,
because it doesn't seem like it to me.
Yeah.
I know we've only met, talking for, 30 minutes and me reading your book and listening to your music over the years. So it doesn't seem like it to me. And I don't want to put my assumption on you. That would be very rude and not okay. But I just want to know, like, has that ever been one of your obstacles?
I guess not. I mean, I think my biggest obstacle in being blind has been responding to people's responses to me. So
Right.
like the way people react to me is a problem, no, it's not a problem. That's the wrong way to say that. But the way people react to me is something that I feel obviously very deeply and respond to. So that is, that probably is more of the challenge than actually being blind itself. When you have any kind of a physical challenge that's obvious, then usually what the biggest obstacle is just realizing you're different and then trying to figure out how to adapt in the world. But that really is a social issue, I guess. So
I guess so.
Yeah. So no, I mean, it would be nice to be able to drive sometimes, but hey, that's why I moved to New York.
You're in New York City. I know, like nobody drives in New York City.
Nobody drives.
This is
perfect.
So. It's funny. My best friend Amy, who's been on the podcast before, so people might have known about her, I think that she would say the same answer. She has a daughter with autism, and she would say people's expectations and ideas of her daughter is probably their biggest obstacle, more than even her own obstacles, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I think that's encouraging even for people to hear you and I talk about, as well as, like, what does that look like for people to engage with someone who is different than them? My favorite thing that you've said probably the whole time is, like, whenever you sing and whenever you write music, it's this kind of level playing field that we're all really not that different.
Right.
And I love that God gave you the gift of music so that you could be our teacher in that, and also so that you can kind of be a leader in that as well. So what a great gift from God. Okay, I told you were going to love it. Ginny Owens was amazing. I want you to go listen to the whole episode. So it's wherever you listen to podcasts, on your Apple Player, Spotify, Google Player, wherever, Stitcher, you listen to podcasts, go find it. You can find it anywhere you find. The Happy Hour with Jamie Ivey podcast, episode 384. The whole episode of Ginny Owens is one that you do not want to miss. Guys, thanks for watching today for this exclusive bonus content just for you on YouTube. We try to do this every week when we have a guest. And so if you like it, man, hit a little thumbs up, share it, subscribe it, do all of the things, because we're going to bring you more content. Okay, peace out, guys.